72-hour fast, water only, no bone broth this time. Day 1, let's go. You know, it's important to keep yourself busy when you're fasting so that you don't ruminate on food. So we're out here early morning at the shooting range because #America. All right, so we're doing some 22 caliber precision shooting, and it's 50 yards. It's called KOIL, know your limit. So they have targets starting at 2 inches with 1/4 inch increments going down to a 1/4 inch, I believe. So we're gonna see how far I can go. How low can you go?
Impact. 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 Impact.
I can't even see this shit. What is it? Oh, I need to do this. That's not semi-auto. Are you able to change the focus?
Put the bolt in, put it down.
Oh, you
just gotta do it like a man.
All right.
Like
if I make this next one, I beat you, Wilson, and I get my scotch.
Oh. All right.
I'm still betting him 1 bottle of scotch.
Yep, number 7. Miss.
No!
Back to 0.
We got 6 though.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
6. Not great, not terrible.
Okay, we were able to get the number 7 and number 8. We were able to get all 8 targets on the KYL, which I'm pretty happy about. And normally I would do cycling at the beginning of a fast to deplete my glycogen stores, get me to the benefits of fasting, notably the autophagy, the inhibition of mTOR, the activation of AMP kinase. But I cycled yesterday before starting the fast, and my legs are a little bit sore right now. So we're at the gym, we're gonna get a lift in. Workout was pretty normal because I'm 14 hours into the fast, which on most days, even when I'm not fasting, I will go 14 or 16 hours without eating, so not a big deal. People ask me, why do you do this? Seems unhealthy, seems unpleasant. It's definitely unpleasant and uncomfortable, but I think there's utility in that. So this is not medical advice. I do it because of the longevity and health benefits primarily, in addition to the mental benefits, the discipline, the resilience. I do feel like if you can find ways to make yourself a little bit more disciplined than the average person, it is such a huge competitive advantage. This stuff always hits the spot.
Hey, I hope it's a G spot.
The scientific literature on fasting is very sparse, so there is no set frequency that is optimal. Some will say do a 3-day fast every month. Some will say do a 5-day to 7-day fast every 3 months. I usually try to do a 3 to 4-day fast a couple times a year. Need my cases of sparkling water to survive a 3-day fast. I just find it so much more enjoyable than just regular tap water. Last time I did this, I had bone broth, which a lot of people were upset about. They said,
"Hey Kevin, you're breaking the fast, losing the autophagy and all the benefits."
The reason I do that is because of the minerals, right? And from what I've seen, if you have fewer than 50 calories, you're all good. 50 calories per day, you're all good with the benefits of fasting. But maybe I'm mistaken, I don't know. If you guys have some research that disproves that or suggests otherwise, please do share it below. What I'm doing right now is I'm gonna take some Slow Mag in the morning. At night, I'm gonna take some magnesium L-threonate. Do these bad boys. Supplements, not necessary, but I have found that once you start pushing beyond 50 to 55 hours, for myself at least, they make a big difference. Prior to that, I don't really notice much of a difference. I'm not taking this until nighttime. What am I doing? Doing a 3-day water only fast.
Without a care.
And this guy is like, "Hey Kevin, do you mind if I have some
Look at these carbs.
pizza pasta?"
Just because you're suffering doesn't mean I have to.
He's like, "I'm gonna f with Kevin today." I'm not struggling. No, I'm fine.
Dude, this is delicious. Absolutely.
So the thing about backfired. The thing about hunger is that your hunger and satiety is regulated primarily by 2 hormones, ghrelin and leptin. And
Which
it's
one's
actually,
the hunger hormone, Kevin?
Ghrelin is the hunger hormone. Pop quiz time. And it's less a function of actually your energy state and more a function of circadian rhythm and when you normally eat. So right now it's 1 o'clock. I'm normally eating between 11 and 1. So I feel hungry. And then when you have great friends like Sean Anderson who brings over some delicious pasta, then you really feel those hunger pangs. But what's gonna happen is gonna subside in the afternoon and then probably peak again around dinner time. After shooting the content with DePaul and Sean, we're out here at Tea and Whisk, my favorite tea shop in Vegas. Gonna do some tasting, gonna buy some new teas, and I'm feeling it. We're at 18 hours now. Kind of tired, kind of hungry, but not too bad.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, Big Willie?
Good to see you, beautiful people. Look at this table.
Wow. It's time to pop your cherry.
Maybe I should. The theme is
Virginal, what was it? Virginal
Virginal palate
for tea. Okay, so when you fast, your body goes into starvation mode, and it's hard to sleep at night. So drinking tea with these guys at 3:30 p.m.
Yeah,
The caffeine half-life it ranges 2 to 12 hours, average of 5 hours, I believe. So I'm kind of fucked for tonight in terms of sleep. But the good news is that I'm drinking a lot of fluids, and when you eat food, you get approximately 20% of your hydration from food. So you need to hydrate more when you're doing a water-only fast. So at least there is some good to it. Leo's the OG. Leo is the expert of tea in all of Vegas.
You should call him Tio.
So we've been drinking tea now for, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, I think it's been close to 2 hours.
And the tea drunkenness is hitting all of us differently. That's the L-theanine in the tea with the caffeine, with the other psychoactive substances. I'm feeling tingles in my body and like this calm, focused state. Also, I'm not eating anything, so it's hitting me a little bit faster and easier. And then you guys were feeling some stuff too, right?
Yeah, I feel like a very slow focus. Like I want to channel in on something. I want to be productive.
Sean?
Oh, yeah, I just feel sleepy.
Big Willie?
I want to go out to a nice rocky outcropping and just go look at the stars right now.
Nice. So Tea and Whisk out here in Vegas, they do ship awesome tea. What do you guys think?
Delicious.
Wonderful.
So good.
Leo was cool.
I like Leo. I think it opened my eyes to the world of tea. Really. Really good.
Always a good time, always really good tea. Guys, I'm a little bit disappointed. So we're now over 23 hours. I actually feel surprisingly tired after tea, low energy. I don't think I'll have issues falling asleep tonight. Watch me jinx it. But I'm kind of bummed because this is the part where things get interesting, and I would measure my ketones using one of these Keto Mojos, but they no longer sell the original strips. They're essentially forcing everyone to buy the new one. You know, it's a business move, I get it, but kind of frustrating. I also have a 1-drop glucometer, but no real use for it because I wear a CGM. And as you can see right now, my glucose is hovering right around 100. And over the next couple days, it's actually going to decrease the baseline and will continue to trend down, which is good. That's what we like to see. But now is a good time to tell you about today's sponsor, Levels. Now, Levels provides continuous glucose monitors, CGMs, which continuously measure your blood glucose, technically interstitial glucose, but a very close approximation and very accurate for blood glucose. And it provides it to healthy people that don't have metabolic diseases such as prediabetes, diabetes, patients that would normally warrant CGMs. And the old thinking was that if you had one of those conditions, then you would need one. And for healthy people, there's no utility. But we know that the overwhelming majority of Americans have some level of metabolic dysfunction. But when you let this metabolic dysfunction go unregulated and you just keep having spike after spike after spike, that's not good for long-term health, not good for metabolic fitness. So doing things like fasting actually helps improve metabolic fitness and flexibility, meaning that you can switch between using glucose as your energy source and also ketones as your energy source. But most of the time, we're eating, and the CGM is particularly helpful there because you can actually see which foods are a better fit or a worse fit for you individually, because we have the whole glycemic index. You know, these foods are probably going to spike you and they're bad, and these ones are good. But the glycemic index is an average across the population. It's not actually specific to you as an individual, your physiology, your microbiome, etc. So a food that causes you problems may not cause me problems, and vice versa. And the reason why using one of these is also not optimal is that this is a snapshot in time. So if I eat food, you actually don't know exactly when the spike happens, and the spike is usually pretty quick. So if you don't test yourself at the right moment, and you need to keep pricking your finger, you lose a lot of the utility. Levels is doing an awesome job, really fantastic company, founded by some very impressive individuals, and I like them so much. I find so much value that I've been using one of these almost every day now for over a year and a half. It's that good. If you want to check it out for yourself, you can get 2 months free if you sign up for an annual subscription. Link in the description. Here we are, day 2, 7 a.m. About 34 hours in, almost halfway. I slept really well. My HRV and heart rate were trending in a better direction because the last few days, recovering from a cold, my HRV was actually low, which is not ideal, and my resting heart rate was high. So trending in the right direction, even though I'm fasting, which is good. Thanks to Levels, I can see my real-time sugar throughout the night. No need to prick myself. And as you can see, the baseline is slowly trending down as we expected, with of course that slight rise in glucose with the cortisol in the morning. I got my salt water, I'm getting my early morning sunlight, which is really important for sleep. And I'm gonna journal here for a couple of minutes before getting the rest of my day started. After 30 minutes, I'm actually feeling pretty normal, pretty great, because I have hydrated, I've had my salt water, and now I'm stretching, moving my body, getting a little bit active. I feel fantastic. I'm gonna hit the gym after this. Just finished my workout, did some weight training, focused on chest and tris and shoulders. And it's really important when you're fasting, because if you don't do some resistance training while you fast, then you're gonna lose more muscle mass. And you wanna minimize any atrophy during the course of your fast. And one way to do so is by resistance training. We are now 40 hours into the fast. I'm feeling great. As you can see with my blood sugar, we had a gentle rise up to around 120. That's because I had a nice intense training session today. And the rise you get in blood sugar from a workout, from exercise, is totally fine. We generally want to avoid large fluctuations, large spikes, especially with food. But if we get some elevation with exercise, not worried about it at all, totally fine. Also, my phone was acting funny, and my phone thought I was sleeping between like 9 and 10 a.m. I got up at 6:30. So that's why you see the going to sleep and waking up icons on the Levels app. So one thing that happens when you're fasting is your thyroid gets downregulated, which is why I'm all bundled up, multiple layers, beanie and everything, when it's like 50 degrees outside. That's normal, it's not too bad actually. And another thing that comes up is caffeine. A lot of people ask, should they drink tea? Should they drink coffee? If you regularly do, then by all means, keep going, because you don't want to have caffeine withdrawals to make things more challenging in the middle of a fast. Since I am not caffeine dependent and I try to generally be a little bit more strict with my fasts, I usually do not do tea. Obviously yesterday being the exception with the tea tasting, but today haven't had any caffeine, just water, some salt. That's all you need. Day 3 morning. Okay, so per Levels, as you can see, the baseline for my blood sugar is trending downwards. Now we're between 70 and 90, hovering mostly around the 80s right now, which is good. That's what we like to see. Sleep wasn't so good last night. I slept from about 11 o'clock until 8 o'clock, more so than I normally do. And I woke up around 4, woke up around 6, and normally I wake up around 6 or 6:30 these days. But I still felt really tired, so I went back to sleep, got up at 8. When I wake up in the mornings, especially on day 3, I feel off. I feel like it's difficult to move. I don't really want to move. Once I hydrate, salt water, have my magnesium tablets, and get moving, then normally I feel better. So I do feel a lot better now. I am having some heartburn, which normally doesn't happen to me on these fasts, but it does happen to some people. Normally I don't get it. I am getting it this time. Now, because the body is in starvation mode, we're activating the sympathetic system, which is the fight or flight. Parasympathetic is rest and digest. Sympathetic is fight or flight. And that means, no surprise, that my HRV trended down and my resting heart rate trended up last night when I slept, essentially trending in a bad direction. I did order the new Keto Mojo. We'll see if it gets here in time so that I can do some finger pricks and give you some actual ketone numbers before I start my refeed. But just based on the timing, we do know right now I am deeply into ketosis. I would guess that my ketones are roughly 3 to 3.5 millimole. And now's the fun part. I get to think and daydream about what I'm gonna eat tonight. 4 more hours to lunchtime. We're breaking the fast with mom's cooking Christmas Eve. I got a short home workout in, so my blood sugar is rising a little bit to around 100 as expected. Although I do wish I went to the gym because I could have a higher intensity workout and minimize any muscle atrophy. But that'll do for this time. I'm back in the Bay Area now, and we're at 69 and a half hours, just over 2 hours until we get a refeed, which I'm excited about. And glucose is hovering around 80s to 90s, and I feel pretty normal. In fact, I feel like I could do this for another day, but I'm not going to because I'm very excited for food. And the mornings are always the most challenging. The mornings are always a little bit unpleasant. Last morning was, this morning was, so I'm excited. On the flight, the Southwest flight attendants, super nice ladies, they're handing out Hershey's Kisses chocolates. And again, because I'm fasting, it's very easy to say no. When you make rules for yourself and you say, I can or cannot eat this, not, oh, I'm going to decide moment by moment, it's a lot easier to just resist and avoid things. Thank you, Amazon. I got the new Keto Mojo delivered to my mom's house. And what we're going to do right now is test my blood sugar and my ketone levels. I don't really need to test the blood sugar because again, I'm wearing a levels device, but if I'm doing a finger prick, why not? Unfortunately, there are no continuous ketone monitors, at least not yet on the market. Wipe away the first drop if you want more accurate readings. Second drop, here we go. Do some ketones. I just calibrated this device too.
1 week later.
Wow, ketones are 5.7. That's the highest I've ever had my ketones. Very solid. Now we're gonna find the glucose and our index. Glucose ketone index. Glucose. .49 on glucose. My level CGM is saying 88. So let's try this one more time. 49 again. I feel like that's unlikely, but maybe I need to calibrate it again. Anyways, it's almost time for dinner. It is that time, break the fast, and this is what makes it all worth it. This is my favorite part. Thank you, Mama Jabal.